Sometimes pain comes like a storm, and you ask, where is God now? But in the silence, He's still there. Job chapter 1, verse 21. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. There was once a man named Job. He loved God with all his heart. He walked in truth, and everything he touched was blessed. But one day, without warning, the sky turned black. The wind tore down his house. His children were gone, his body covered in pain and sores. People whispered, where is your God now? His friends judged him. His wife said, curse God and die. But Job looked up through his tears and said, the Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And then silence, no voice, no answer, only the sound of his own heart breaking. He cried out, but heaven was quiet. Yet even in that silence, God was near. Even when Job heard nothing, God was shaping his faith in the fire. Because faith is not proven when life is easy. It's proven when you've lost everything and still believe. And I know that silence too, the kind that makes you wonder if God still hears your prayers. But like Job, I will still whisper through my tears, the Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be your name. Blessed be your name. As the heart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. My soul thirsteth for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, where is thy God? There are nights I can't sleep, only the sound of my tears keeping time. Like David, I've been there, searching for God in the silence, feeling the weight of heaven's distance. He was thirsty, not for water, but for presence, for the voice that once brought peace to his storm. The rivers dried up, the songs grew quiet, and the only prayer left was a whisper, where are you, Lord? But even then, something deep inside called out. Deep calls unto toward heaven. And I've learned sometimes God hides not to abandon, but to draw me closer. My tears are prayers He understands. My silence is a song He hears. So I lift my hands through the ache and say, I will yet praise You, for You are still my God. My soul still sings. My soul still sings. My soul still sings. My soul still sings. For I know the thoughts that I think toward You, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. They said we were forgotten, lost in a land of exile. Our homes burned, our dreams scattered like ashes in the wind. We looked around and asked, where is God in all this pain? The temple's gone, the city's silent. Hope feels like a story from long ago. But then came a letter from a prophet who still believed, and it said, God still has a plan, even here in the ruins. He is building something unseen. Even when everything falls apart, He's writing peace into the broken pieces. So I look at my own life, the dreams I lost, the roads that closed, and I hear Him whisper, for I know the thoughts I think toward You, not to harm You, but to give You hope, to give You a future. And my heart starts to believe again. Maybe the waiting isn't wasted. Maybe the pain is the place where faith begins to breathe. Oh, You still have plans for me, Lord, even when I can't see. You still have plans for me, Lord, even when I can't see. Even when I can't see. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. There are days when the weight feels too heavy, when life presses from every side. And I wonder how much more my heart can take. He wrote not from comfort, but from courage. He said, we are pressed but not crushed. Those words, they sound like hope that refuses to die, like a light leaking through cracked walls, like faith that still breathes in the fire. I've been there at the edge of breaking, but somehow still standing, because grace held me up when strength ran out. Every scar became a testimony, every wound a window where His glory could shine through. So I lift my voice with Paul and say, though I fall, I'm not destroyed. Though I'm bruised, I still believe my God is greater than my pressed but not crushed, broken yet still alive, persecuted, not forsaken. His love keeps me inside.
We know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to His purpose. I used to ask, why this pain, Lord? Why these tears that never seem to dry? There were moments I couldn't see the pattern, just broken threads, unanswered prayers. But time has a way of showing what tears can't, because now I see even the dark pieces were part of a greater design. When I lost what I thought I needed, He gave me what I didn't know I lacked. When I fell apart, He was already holding the pieces. Every closed door, every detour was leading me home. So now I can sing through the ache. All things, you're weaving them for my good. What looked like failure was favor in disguise. What broke me was the soil where faith began to grow. All things work together for good, for love, for truth. You turn my ashes into beauty. Lord, my heart belongs to You.
The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. There are nights when silence feels louder than words, when my prayers fall like raindrops that never seem to reach the sky. I've been there with a heart cracked open, wondering if God still listens. But this verse, it's a whisper in the dark. The Lord is near, not watching from a distance, not waiting for me to be whole again, but sitting right beside me in the middle of my breaking. Every tear He counts, every sigh He hears, and when I have no strength to pray, He holds the words I cannot say. My pain doesn't scare Him, it draws Him closer. He doesn't rush my healing, He stays until it happens. So here in the quiet I breathe, and I know even with a broken heart I'm not alone. You are close to the brokenhearted. You are near when I can't stand. Your love mends the pieces of this trembling hand. Genesis chapter 37, verse 23, 24. And it came to pass, when Joseph was coming to his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. And they took him and cast him into a pit. And the pit was empty, there was no water in it. Joseph was just a dream, a boy who saw the stars bowing down, a boy who believed his dreams came from God. But jealousy has sharp edges, and sometimes it comes from those closest to you. His brothers watched him coming from afar, their hearts already heavy with envy. They tore his colorful coat, the sign of his father's love, and threw him into the pit. No water, no sound, no sound, only the echo of betrayal. Yeah, in that darkness, Joseph learned what silence feels like. He called out, no answer came, but heaven was listening. 'Cause even in the pit, God was writing the next chapter. Even in the place of rejection, grace was waiting. Years later, that same boy stood in Pharaoh's palace, forgiving the very ones who broke him. And he said, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. And when I think about my own pain, my own betrayal, I remember Joseph, and I whisper through the tears, Lord, turn my pit into purpose, turn my sorrow into story. and from the words of my roaring. There was a man named David, a king, a warrior, a poet after God's own heart. But one night his voice broke through the dark, his prayers unanswered, his soul trembling. He cried, my God, why have you forsaken my God, yeah, my God, my God. The crown felt heavy, the throne felt cold. He had seen victory, but now he saw only silence. He felt forgotten, like God had turned his face away, yeah. And yet, in that darkness, David kept singing. He sang through his pain, through his fear, through the sound of his own broken heart. Because even when he felt abandoned, yet his worship refused to die. Years later, on another hill, a man named Jesus, bleeding on a wooden cross, cried out the same words. My God, my God, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Yeah. He carried the sorrow of the world, the weight of every sin, every tear, every lonely night. And I think about that, how the Son of God once felt alone, so that I would never have to be. So when my prayers fall silent, when heaven feels far away, I remember both of them, David's cry and Jesus' cross. Because even when I feel forsaken, I am never forgotten. And from the silence, hope still whispers, my child, I am here, yeah, yeah. You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not alone. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The night was long and the city burned. Tears fell like rain on empty streets. I thought it was over, the story, the hope, the song. But then morning came, and with it mercy. Not the kind that raises pain, but the kind that meets me in it. A whisper saying you're still here, because my love never left. Jeremiah looked over ruins and still saw resurrection. He wrote with trembling hands, but his words carried eternity. Great is thy faithfulness. And I've learned the sun always rises, not because I deserve it, but because he is good every Lamentations, chapter 1, verse 1. How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations, and princess among the provinces, how is she become tributary? Jeremiah walked through the broken streets. The smoke still rose from the stones. The songs of the people had turned into silence. Once Jerusalem was shining, a crown among nations. Now she was a widow, empty and cold. He looked at the temple, gone. He looked for joy, gone. He called for his friends, but no one answered. And he wept for the city, for the people, for the heart of God's nation now lying in ashes. He said, how lonely lies the city that was once alive. And in that loneliness he understood something deeper, that even when everything falls apart, God's mercy is not destroyed. Later he wrote, it is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The tears fell, but the faith remained. Jeremiah taught me this, that sorrow and hope can live in the same heart, that even in ruins God still rebuilds. And when I stand among my own broken places, I whisper his word. Great is thy faithfulness. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. He walked among us, but we did not see. His hands healed the broken, yet ours were the ones that nailed him. The crowds once shouted, Hosanna, but when the cross appeared, their voices turned cold. He knew loneliness, not the kind that comes from distance, but the kind that comes from love unreturned. He wept at graves, he knelt in gardens, and still said, Father, forgive them. Every tear he shed was a bridge between heaven and my pain. Every scar he bore was proof that love never runs away. And when I think cannot tame. Love so holy, love so true. All my tears belong to you. God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain. For the former things are passed away. I've walked through valleys where shadows felt endless. I've cried prayers and never found words, and watched dreams fade into silence. But here, in the final promise, He whispers it won't always be this way. Broke you, they won't follow you home. Because this is the place where pain forgets your name, where love finally wins, where heaven is not a dream, but the heart